Hello, this is Talk a Good Game. West Ham are playing Chelsea at Stamford Bridge on Sunday at 4:30. Thank you for joining us here in Hammers Chat. Gonzo, as always, what's your thoughts on our opponents?
They are, you would say it would probably be a better time to play them because it doesn't look like the manager, Conte, is very well loved. Perhaps Hazard wants to leave. They seem to do have a self-destruct button when it comes to getting rid of managers. They're off the back of a defeat, but so I would say it's probably the best time of the season to play Chelsea. Although I don't know, because obviously, sadly, Ray Wilkins has passed away, and obviously he was loved by them and a hero by them. But I think you'll get a good response from the West Ham fans as well, because he was such a nice man and played for England. So you don't know if that's gonna, maybe that brings everybody together, because he was part of their backroom team at some point. So because I think they're fragmented, I don't know if that's gonna bring them back together or make a sort of interesting atmosphere in the stadium. I don't know.
Tom, what's your thoughts on the Blues?
Yeah, by their standards, I don't think they're having a very good season, obviously, from winning it last year, Gio. They're at risk, obviously, not getting Champions League, which could be major for them. I mean, like, it's the difference between signing like a world-class player and actually just a normal world-class player. Chelsea obviously attract the best players, so I think, I think he's definitely gone, the manager, in the summer. And there's rumours of Abramovich has been saying that he's jealous of Spurs. I've been hearing that this week as well. So that speaks volumes in itself. So, yeah, disappointing season there. But I mean, they're still up the top, aren't they? And they've still got some world-class players, Gio, you know. So it's going to be a tough game, where way you look at it.
I think this is an example where the manager doesn't get what he wants in the transfer window. He wanted a target man. He got Batshuayi, and then Batshuayi goes to Dortmund. It does well, and then he goes, well, it's the manager's fault. No, it's because they got them the wrong player. He's not been backed properly, and I think he's been undermined a little bit there. I feel a bit sorry for Conte. Came to the Premier League last season. He started this 3-5-2 that everybody's now playing. Everybody's copying him, and he was maybe a step ahead of everybody last season, but now everybody's caught up with him, and he's not gone a step ahead anymore. And other managers have overtook him, if you like. But Champions League is over for Chelsea. The hunt for Champions League, Gonzo?
I can't lie and say that I've studied the points, but
just to butt in, they're eight points off fourth. They're sitting in fifth.
And it was Tottenham who just beat them, wasn't it? Who were in that position. Yeah, okay, so that's, you'd have to say so. At this point in the season, if you're challenging for the top, you need momentum. Those top teams can't lose many games throughout the season anyway to get top four. So yeah, they've timed their dip in form at exactly the wrong time, and Tottenham, disgusting as they are, don't look like they're going to give up anytime soon.
Tom, we've all sort of hinted that Conte is going in the summer. Should he be going? Do you think he, at the end of the day, in his 2 seasons here, he's won the title?
No, I don't. I mean, I don't know, mate. As you said, I don't really follow Chelsea. My own personal opinion is no. Yeah, I mean, it's a bit like Southampton, really, isn't it? Really, they set their manager after he got them, done well with him last season, and look what that, it's sort of like, don't bite your nose off, spite your face sort of thing. But I mean, Chelsea fans obviously be best placed to answer that. But for me personally, if someone wins the league, I think they deserve to go on their own credit, when they want to go, really.
Who do you fear the most from the Chelsea team, Tom? Lots of world-class players, or a few world-class players, depends on what you think. But who are you fearing the most at Stamford Bridge?
The two that stick out for me, obviously, is Hazard. That guy is just unreal. And Willian, Willian is just, well, he's fantastic, William. I mean, what I wouldn't give to get a player, either one of them in our squad, it's dreamland getting a player that sort of quality in our team, So let them two for me, Gio.
And Gonzo, lastly on Chelsea, is there any other player that you sort of really admire from afar, if you like? Maybe not consider a danger man as such, but you appreciate his talent.
I like Alonso. I think he's a good player. I totally, what Tom said there is absolutely right. And William always seems to play quite well against us as well. Anytime I've seen him, certainly. The one that would worry me, because I think every time I look at him, I think, well, he's rubbish, but he does seem to score goals, is a forward, Morata. So I do worry that he would play well against us.
Yeah, but let's move on to West Ham. That old myth, that old saying in football, you never change a winning team. Of course, won 3-0 at Southampton, but we've got one change to make from the start at 11, as Antonio went off injured after 4 minutes or something. He's out for the season, so someone has to come in. And this could be the only sort of position we talk about, really. But Gonzo, there's three players that are in contention to come in: Lanzini, Hernandez, and Fernandez. Which one would you be picking?
It would have to be Fernandez off the back of that tremendous pressing game, really, and just he had quality and he had high energy as well. And I think probably for an away, what is a difficult away game, I think you probably need the pressing, the endeavour, and the athleticism. Particularly, you're going to keep Mario in his role, aren't you? Because he played so well, you can't drop him. And I just don't think, particularly David Moyes, won't go for the luxury of two number 10 type players, if you like.
Tom, same question for yourself. Are you bringing in arguably our best player or our best poacher, or the guy that was arguably one of the main men last weekend?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought I'd actually say this, actually, like, not actually having putting Lanzini in the team, but I don't know how injured he is, and we've got, let's be honest, let's be realistic. No one's expecting us to go to Chelsea to get anything, and the way the team played, obviously I wasn't there at the game, but I watched the highlights and things, and I've heard all your guys' reviews, and you spoke how well Fernandez done when he come on and plays with Antonio. So I'm a firm believer you don't change a winning formula, so I would stick with exactly how it was after Antonio come off. Lanzini was on the bench, maybe come on, give us 30 minutes if it's 0-0 still, grab a bit of quality that we need in the team. But it depends really, doesn't it? There's no wrong answer really, either or. But you're right. I mean, I wouldn't be starting Lanzini with Mario, because them two together just don't work well together. Yeah.
I have to agree with what you two have said there. I don't think the Lanzini Mario thing works. I think if you put Lanzini and you're hindering Mario, I think you have to pick one or the other. And in no way can you drop Mario after last weekend. And I don't think you can drop Fernandez either. It would send out the complete wrong message to the whole team and fans if Fernandez is on the bench and Hernandez or Lanzini starts, because everybody's going to look around and go, well, what do you have to do in order to get into the first 11? And this goes back to Gonzo's danger man, if you like, Alonso, and that is Fernandez is going to be up against Marcos Alonso and probably be tasked with tracking his runs. And that's vital. I've got a hell of a lot more faith in him doing it than Lanzini or someone else. So I think this is a straightforward one, but you guys let us know at home if you disagree, because all three of us are saying here we'll leave Hernandez and Lanzini on the bench. But I go back to Tom's point, and that is the following weekend Monday night we play Stoke. And I think you almost need to preserve Lanzini, especially for that one, just in case you do need to bring him in. He is fit, he is fresh, he is ready to go. But Gonzo, Tom said he's sticking with the team as it is. Are you sticking with the team, or is there any more tweaks or changes you would make to the starting 11?
No, I wouldn't touch it. I think sometimes Bilic used to do this. He used to stumble upon something. I never had huge amounts of faith that he had foresight, but he used to stumble on stuff, and then he used to go on a little streak with it. And I think as upsetting as it was at the time, was Antonio being injured for the remainder of the season. I thought it was a pivotal moment in the game. Well, it was, but not for the reason that I thought. I thought that was it. It would almost would see us, really struggle in that game. Actually, we went on to thrive because of it. And I think maybe Moyes has stumbled on a player in a position that he probably would never have chosen to start with. Stumbled upon it. You've got to stick with it there. And if you're going to do that, stick with the rest of the team, including the keeper. He wasn't tested. But I think, again, it's just like you said, it sends out the wrong message if you start chopping and changing. That was a first clean sheet in a long time. Lots of goals. Keep it as it is.
Tom, one thing we say on this show when we play at top 6 grounds, Stamford Bridge, Anfield, etc., we say it's bonus points. It's bonus points. However, given the situation we're in, we're still 5 points ahead of the relegation zone. I think you have to consider the fact that we are going into this game knowing the results on Saturday, so the results could have gone against us. But also, when we play Stoke, all the other teams will have had another game. So realistically, we could be really close to that relegation zone. So do you class this as bonus points, Tom, or is this how we need to get something from it?
Well, I think the answer to that, Gio, is really both of what you said, really. It is bonus points. But we do need points at this stage of the season, unfortunately. We've got ourselves into a perilous situation. So, yeah, we do need the points. And, I think it's a bit of both what you said, Gio, to be honest with you. We do need the points, and it's bonus points, And if they keep it tight and compact, and, there's no reason why, we're discussing, there's no reason why we can't go there and actually get something from the game.
Gonzo, what about yourself? I see you thinking there.
Yeah, well, I just really listened to what your point was there, which I think is really good point about everybody playing before. So I take it Tottenham will have played before.
I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, well let's say they are, and let's say the majority of Southampton and whoever else is also Stoke. It could well be that if Tottenham win, then Chelsea could look at it and think, actually, there's just no way of catching them, and their heads are down. It could work in any number of ways, but it may well just be that actually those clubs down at the bottom who we are wanting to stay ahead of don't collect 3 points, and actually all those games are played. We're not in not a bad position. Chelsea have almost got nothing to play for. It may well play into our hands actually, all those games going beforehand. So that's yeah, I think that's a really interesting dynamic actually.
Tom, do you fear Chelsea? Given what we just said, we've produced our thoughts on Chelsea. We've also produced sort of half-hearted evidence that they're quite far away from the Champions League. Their season's with 7 games to go, almost over. The manager's on the way out the door. So with all that in mind, and given our boot up the arse we had last weekend, are you actually afraid of going to Stamford Bridge on Sunday?
Well, I'm not afraid of going and actually thinking we're going to get spanked, like we're going to concede heavily. You've got to fear Chelsea because they've got. I mean, they're on a bit of a barrier. As you said, we discussed they're 6th or 5th, wherever they are in the thing, and they're 8 points off it. But they're still a fantastic squad and they're still a fantastic team. So you've got to fear in a way. But I don't feel, as I said, I don't feel we're going to go there. And if we don't pick anything up, like it's going to be a close game. Maybe lose 2-1 if that happens. But no, I think it's going to be a very tight game. Just got to go there, Gio. And if we play anything like we did against Southampton, we've got a chance, haven't we? Really?
Yeah. What I will say is, well, it's bonus, but I still think it is bonus points. I will never change that mindset because I always have that thing. If you go down, it ain't because of Stamford Bridge. That's not why you're getting relegated. But what I will say is, what I want to see is just the same again against Southampton: intensity, passion, commitment. That, and if we come out with no points at the end of it, but a performance to be proud of. I still remember doing the review after the Man City defeat when we got beat 2-1. We were actually upbeat. We were positive. We've seen plenty on that pitch to say there's enough to take into your next game here. And if we do that and then go into the London Stadium against Stoke, I think the atmosphere from Southampton will be replicated. And I think that's enough for me. But I don't fear Chelsea this weekend. I really don't. Looking at the different scenarios of both clubs, we're the team that's got something to play for. And while we've been in horrible form until last weekend, Chelsea's form's not that much better. They haven't kept a clean sheet in about 7 games or something like that. Their season's pretty much over. Saying that, I thought they played well against Spurs. I actually thought they played quite well. It was just individual errors and whatnot. And then once the second one went in, the third one went in, that was it. It was game over. But it's moments like that define your season, unfortunately. Gonzo, how confident are you?
Well, if we did what you just said, which was from the start, started pressing and did all that good stuff that you were speaking about, I think we could get at them. I think we scored an early goal. Then what you said unfolded against Tottenham could unfold again. Unfortunately, I can't quite shift from my mind quite how poor Southampton were, and I just don't think we've turned into world beaters overnight. So I struggle to find confidence. I also do think I can't. It sounds terrible to say, because you're dealing with a man that's died, and a popular man and a nice man as well. But I do think that's going to have a real positive impact on the stadium. That sounds horrible to say it, doesn't it? But I just think there would have been a funny atmosphere in that stadium. But in the same way, if one of our own had passed away, we'd all be up. And I just think the stadium's going to be loud, and it's going to be very loud for Chelsea as well. So I'm not confident, no.
Tom Markovic, he's got 9 in 13. He's got 4 in his last 5 away games. He's got 2 in his last 4 against Chelsea. He's a man in form. Are you confident he's going to continue that form, and are you confident at Stamford Bridge?
Yeah, I'm confident in Arnautovic, mate. As you said, his scoring record. If we're going to do anything against Chelsea, it'd be through Arnautovic, unfortunately. Even if he's assisting, or even if he'll get the goal himself, So yeah, any sort of forward play is obviously going to come through Arnautovic. So yeah, that guy's I'm confident that guy's going to play very well, Gio.
What about getting something at Stamford Bridge, Tommy? Are you confident that we
can... Yeah, I mean, as I said before, I think we can go there and I think it depends on who gets the first goal, Gio, myself. If we get the first goal, I think it spurred a goal. It probably give the players, running on 80, 90%. It probably give them an extra 5%, which could be a difference actually getting a draw, maybe nicking a win or something. Whoever gets the first goal, I think we'll probably get. If Chelsea get the first goal, I think they'll win, and if we get the first goal, I think we could nick a draw or maybe even more.
Well, I don't fear Chelsea much. I have to sort of echo what Gonzo said here, and that is, I can't get over how crap Southampton were either. They were easily the worst team I've seen at the London Stadium while we've been there, apart from West Ham, of course, some games. But they were awful. And Chelsea do have players that are world class. Some teams like Burnley, with no disrespect to them, require team moves to get goals, if you like. They require clever set pieces and stuff like that. Chelsea don't. They require one of their players just to do one little moment in the space of 20 seconds, and they've got a goal from it. They've got players that can turn a game on its head just like that, and they can be invisible for 89 minutes, but just for that 1 minute, all they have to do is come alive and they can produce something. That's what worries me a little bit. But I don't know. I'm optimistic and I'm fearless going into this one because I don't think we've got anything to lose. If we lose, so what? Okay, so what if we lose? But Gonzo, prediction time. You're not very confident. I am a bit on the fence. Tom's a bit more confident, so I'm coming to you first.
Yeah, well, we've discussed the things like the early goal. I also do think now we know if Tottenham is before, that's pivotal because I think that can really alter the team's mindset. But let's just imagine things as they are now without all that other stuff. I think we'd probably lose 2-0.
2-0. Tom?
No, I'm going to be a bit more. I'm going to be a bit more optimistic, Gio. You know, I haven't been optimistic. But we're going to get the first goal, and we're going to sit back and absorb a lot of pressure. It's going to be, we're going to nick a 1-1 draw.
I'm going to side with Gonzo a little bit here. I'm going for 2-1 Chelsea. I'll tell you what, though, the bet of the game is, well, maybe not for Gonzo, West Ham are evens to score a goal. Even money, double your money for West Ham to simply score a goal in the 90 minutes. Marko Natovic 4-1 score anytime. It's madness. The bookies are really weighing in on Chelsea, and I struggle to see why. I do not get why they're piling in on Chelsea. But anyway, that's a bit from us. Let us know what teams you would like to see on Sunday. I assume everybody would like to see the same 10 plus Fernandez, but it could be different. Let us know your score predictions in the comments below as well. Drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it. You can join us on Sunday afternoon straight after the game. I'll be here, Gonzo will be here, and we'll have another guest with us as well. Subscribe if you're new, and until then, we'll see you later.